Hey there, and welcome to Janko TV. It's the weekend, or a sick day, or just a regular Tuesday night, and you need to binge watch something. You don't just want it, you need it. Where to begin? Fear not, we're here to help. Below you'll find an ever-expanding recommended list of TV shows available on Netflix Part 4, curated by STV obsessives. The mix covers a myriad of genres, lengths, countries of origins, and much more, but the one thing they have in common is that they are all excellent. If you want the full Monty, peruse our picks for the best series and TV shows on Netflix right now below. For more recommendations, check out our list of the best movies on Netflix, best sci-fi shows on Netflix, and best fantasy shows on Netflix. Let's dive into the must-see series on Netflix right now. Number 31. Midnight Mass. It seems impossible to say that Mike Flanagan has done the damn thing yet again, but with Midnight Mass, a project that the writer-director describes as his most personal and longest-running plan in the works, he's probably crafted the closest thing to an original magnum opus. Like his previous adaptations of Hill House and Bly Manor, there are plenty of monsters to provide frights, but similarly, there's just as much emotional heartbreak wrapped up in the human story, not to mention characters who can be as terrifying as any ghost or as menacing as any vampire. Midnight Mass is a series that's more likely to make you weep than gasp, but that doesn't diminish its impact, or its staying power, not only on Netflix but in the annals of horror storytelling, period. Number 32. You. After Badgley's very memorable curtain call on Gossip Girl, the question of his next TV project was definitely circling around, but thanks to being cast as the sociopathic lead of You, he may have just found his true calling, not to mention cornered the market on a rather pleasing talent at voiceovers. As Joe Goldberg, Badgley has to walk the line between seduction and obsession, with the audience privy to every single one of his most intimate thoughts about his latest romantic fixation, no matter how disturbing. Initially enjoying a brief stint on Lifetime, You found new life on Netflix, where it has remained ever since and continues to remain one of the streamer's most popular titles. It was renewed for a fourth season before the third even aired this year. Number 33. Made. A deeply emotional drama that does feature surprising bursts of comedy, Made features Margaret Qualley as a young woman struggling to reclaim her life after finally deciding to leave her abusive ex. Creator Molly Smith Metzler manages to make Alex's difficulties with the intense bureaucracy of the American welfare system relatable and engaging, and Qualley's performance is truly remarkable, especially when she bounces off her real-life mother Andie MacDowell. It's a short, cathartic, and ultimately uplifting narrative, a binge you'll feel good about afterwards. Number 34. Lucifer. The most impressive thing about Lucifer, which began as a supernatural procedural on Fox before Netflix revived it for what ended up being 3 additional seasons, is how the show has managed to not just survive but thrive, developing a passionate fanbase who genuinely loves the titular crime-solving devil and his friends. The newly released Season 6 officially brings the story to a close, but not before providing said fanbase with plenty of answers and some wild creative swings, including a partially animated episode and an episode which reveals just how Lucifer sees those who surround him. If you've never watched before, get ready to enjoy the binge, and if you're already a fan, get ready to shed a few tears. Number 35. Money Heist. What began as a Spanish TV production has become one of the planet's biggest series thanks to Netflix, and also thanks to its incredibly compelling tale of a well-trained group of thieves who commit a truly audacious heist with the whole country watching. Originally titled La Casa de Papel, Money Heist is full of exciting intrigue and sexy twists, with a solid cast of local actors who seem destined for international stardom. Part 5, which will be released in 2 parts over the course of fall 2021, features our beloved red jumpsuit-ed heroes fighting a war for their lives. Hopefully, a happy ending is in store. Number 36. Dead to Me. Dead to Me is a hard show to explain. It's a comedy but also a drama, a relationship-focused series but also super dark at times. But really the main selling point is this: it's Christina Applegate and Linda Cardellini being charming and sharp and devious and funny. Without delving into spoilers, the story begins when two strangers played by Applegate and Cardellini meet and bond during therapy over their shared grief. They become close confidants, but slowly secrets are revealed that change the dynamic of their relationship. The first 2 seasons are currently streaming, with a third and final season on the way. Number 37. Shadow and Bone. If The Witcher and Game of Thrones had a baby and that baby grew up to be a YA series, you'd have something along the lines of Shadow and Bone. But even that feels reductive, because this fantasy series based on the novels by Leigh Bardugo is far deeper and complex than you might be expecting. The show takes place in a fantasy world that is populated mostly by humans, but also has magic folk known as Grisha. Grisha are a somewhat ostracized group, so when an unassuming mapmaker not only turns out to be Grisha but a being known as the Sun Summoner, the world is upended. Mixed into this chosen one narrative is a cadre of charming, compelling, and frankly sexy characters, all of whom are just trying to make it through a harsh and unforgiving world. Give this one a couple of episodes and you'll be hooked. Number 38. Bridgerton. If Gossip Girl meets Downton Abbey meets Pride and Prejudice sounds intriguing to you, the Netflix original series Bridgerton will absolutely be your jam. Based on the series of novels by Julia Quinn, the drama romance takes place in the competitive world of Regency London's high society, where a number of young girls are presented and tasked with finding a suitor. The stakes are raised when a mysterious woman named Lady Whistledown begins writing a column about the goings-on of the day, complete with gossip and preferences for specific pairings. Dramatic twists, intense love scenes, and even some hijinks ensue. This very well could be your next obsession. Number 39. The Queen's Gambit. You don't have to be interested in chess to fall for the 7-episode limited series The Queen's Gambit, because at heart the show isn't really about chess at all. It's an intensely dramatic story about a young orphan working through her trauma to find some semblance of joy anywhere she can, and the people she meets along the way. Anya Taylor-Joy is revelatory in the lead role of Beth Harmon, a young chess prodigy, bringing a cool confidence to the character while also nailing the nuances of her emotional complexity. Scott Frank, who writes and directs every episode, brings the 1950s and 60s to life in vivid fashion with stunning production design and gorgeous costumes, but it's the way he captures the chess matches that really makes this thing soar. They're thrilling and captivating not because of the specific moves, but because the show does such a great job of making you so invested in Beth's story. And with 7 episodes and a full-on ending, you don't have to worry about this show being cancelled. It's a complete story from beginning to end. Number 40. Glow. The Netflix original series Glow has one of the more original premises in recent TV history. It chronicles the life of a fledgling professional wrestling promotion called the Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling, as various aspiring actresses and generally women down on their luck audition and agree to take a stab at a wholly new field. Mark Maron plays the schlock B-movie director tasked with turning Glow into a show, Alison Brie plays the theater nerd and aspiring actress taking it all way too seriously, and Betty Gilpin plays Brie's former friend and soap opera star who becomes the centerpiece of the wrestling event. Season 1 is delightful, but Season 2 is one of the best seasons of a Netflix TV show ever made. It's purely joyous, focused, character-rich, and wildly entertaining, and did I mention the bangin' 80s soundtrack? Well, that's it for our list of the best Netflix shows and original series. Whether you're looking for something funny, dramatic, or just plain binge-worthy, these series are sure to keep you entertained. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a video from us. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.